You don't owe them an explanation. Keeping your dirty laundry to yourself. I mean by your body count, your sexual life, if you are bolted or not. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Diana, and if you're new here, welcome to the channel. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to our family. No, actually, welcome to my little family, my little channel. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for clicking on this. I'll be telling y'all today is moving in silence. Like things you don't need to tell people about, things that has to be kept to yourself. Just moving, just living your life, moving in silence. If I can give a definition of moving in silence, whereby no one knows the next move, no one knows the next plan, no one knows what you're up to. That is moving in silence. It's like you're living like this mysterious life that people do not know. Like they want to know what's your next move and all that, because you don't talk about it, you don't say anything about it, you just keep it to yourself. So today I'll be telling you things that you should do to move in silence, things that you just have to keep it to yourself, like be silent and just move. Yes, let's get to the video. Keep yourself. You don't need to tell anybody. You don't need to tell anybody. You don't need to tell them your dirty laundry. What I mean by your dirty laundry, keeping your dirty laundry to yourself, I mean by your body count, your sexual life, if you are bolted or not. That dirty laundry of yours, you don't need to tell anybody. Keep it to yourself. Keep it shh. I have always said, if you tell one person your secret, it will go to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. It's will go to the next, and then the story will change. The story will change, and more ingredients will be put inside the story. So a secret is not a secret the moment you tell another person. A secret is a secret when it's kept to yourself. It's kept to yourself. Only you and God knows. So first thing is keeping your dirty laundries to yourself. Your dirty secrets to yourself. Your body count, your sexual life, your thing about bolting or not bolting. Keep it to yourself. You do not need to tell anybody about it. Keep it to yourself. Keep that thing to yourself. Please. Keep that thing to yourself. People will be like, it's better for people to just think, oh, she ever has, like, living the silent life. When you live the silent life of nobody knowing any of the dirty languages, people will be just guessing, okay, this girl, she looks like, has she ever dated, have she ever had sex, has she ever aborted? Leave them in that world of guessing and thinking of what kind of person you are, than you exposing yourself. I have made that mistake before, and baby, it's the way the stories change, and you don't know the rest. So from my experience, guys, ladies, you do not need to tell anybody your body count. You do not tell anybody your sexual life. You do not need to tell anybody. Sharing your plans at a beginning stage. Let me just explain to you. The moment you tell someone about the plans you have, it will automatically, like, you actually become very calm. You won't become like driven as you were before to study this course, to do this course. You'll be calm, because no, people will be like, oh yeah, do it, and then you'll be like calm, you don't do it anymore. Plans that you plan at the beginning stage should be kept to yourself. You do not need to tell anybody your plans, because you never know the heart of a person. You never know if this person actually wants you to achieve something in life. You don't know. You don't know. So plans that are in the beginning stage are meant to be kept to yourself. They're meant to be silenced. Silence. I would advise that you go to do just that course, do the course, do your computer course, finish your computer course. You can, if you decide to tell people about your computer course journey, it should be when you already did it and you're done with it. You're done with it and then you started already your journey. That's the time you can actually start telling people, oh, I actually did a computer class, and yeah, I am actually in my own business whereby I edit stuff for people, or I make logos for people, or anything. By that time, it's already done. You already achieved the stuff. So even if it's help people, you already started. So people will be like, oh, actually, you did this. Wow, congrats. And you're telling people before you even start the thing. Some will even discourage you. Some will even speak negative thoughts to you. Take me as an example. When I started my YouTube channel, I did not tell anybody. The first time I did announce it, in 2021 that I'm gonna start. I announced it. I announced it to the world that I'm gonna start my YouTube channel. I didn't. People were just telling me, oh, go for it, go for it. People were like, oh, are you really, are you sure, are you ready? Like, people were giving negative thoughts, people giving positive energy and all that. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna start. That was 2021, guys. 2021. Like, yeah, I'm gonna start. I didn't start. I didn't start my YouTube channel. I didn't start. At that moment, I realized that the moment you tell people your plans, your early plans, then you just sit down and be like, yeah, I'm gonna start. You'll keep on postponing. You're not gonna start. You're not gonna start at all. You're not gonna start. So when I decided to start my YouTube channel this year, 2024, I didn't tell anybody. I didn't tell. No, I told nobody. Nobody. Only people who did remember that. Only people who remember since 2021 that I'm gonna start a YouTube channel. They will keep on coming back and say, "Oh, you said you're gonna start a YouTube channel. You said you're gonna start a YouTube channel. You said you're gonna start a YouTube channel. What's keeping you waiting? What's the thing? Why are you taking time?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna start. This is 2024. I wrote it down there. By fire, by force, you will start your YouTube channel, and you don't need to tell anyone. The moment I started my YouTube channel and I posted, I posted my all my social media that everybody should subscribe, and if I reach to 100 subscribers, I'll upload my first video. And I think I posted like going to the end of January. And by the 1st of February, I reached 100 subscribers. Everybody supported, and I uploaded my first video. I think it was the 1st or the 2nd of February. I uploaded my first video. Just like that. I didn't tell nobody. I kept it to myself. I just started. I did everything myself. I just started, and people saw that, okay, she started and she's actually serious about it, and she's actually consistent about posting every week. So yeah, in every beginning plan, if you're planning something, it's in the beginning stage, I would just advise you keep it to yourself until you're ready and you've already started stuff, or you've done the stuff and you just need people and all that. Keep it to yourself. A beginning stage plans, just keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself until you manifest it. Oh, anyone. I repeat, you don't own anyone. You own nobody. You don't own anybody in this explanation. You do not own anybody. Explanation. You don't own anybody. Explanation. Like, for example, if you broke up with a guy, the people used to know that, I want to say people used to, if you broke up with the guy that you're dating and people are asking you, what happened to that relationship? You don't own them an explanation. You don't own them any explanation. You don't own anyone an explanation, because they were not with you when you started that relationship, and they were not with you when you ended that relationship. So you don't owe anybody an explanation. You don't. Or even if it's a rumor, like a rumor that's going around about you and all that, and I come to ask you, what really happened? Me and someone, if I hear your rumors, I go straight to the person and say, look, there's a rumor about you and this. I will not ask you if it's true or not, but I will just advise you that next time don't tell anybody, because you don't owe anybody explanation. Even if you had sexual thing with someone, you don't owe anybody explanation. Even if you, I also hate that thing of aborting. If you have aborted, you do not owe anybody. You don't have to tell anybody. You do not explain. You don't like. You don't owe anybody explanation. I'm telling you, you don't owe anybody explanation. It's your personal life. Don't tell anybody. Keep it to yourself. You don't owe anybody. I repeat, you don't owe. You don't. You. Oh my God, I'm not explaining this, but you owe nobody an explanation about what's going on in your life, about your exes. About, you don't owe anybody an explanation. You don't need to tell anybody. You don't need to explain to anybody. No, you don't. Keep it yourself. Keep it yourself. It's not when you say you own people explanation. For example, then you announcing to the world, okay, this is my boyfriend. I'm dating this person and all that. You really posting the guy. I'm posting this guy, your boyfriend, every single time. You go out for dates and all that, and then you go out for dates, dinner, outing and all that. You keep on posting your boyfriend on your social media and all that, and then suddenly you went silent and you woke up. Now that's one. I think your social media people, you own your social media people an explanation, because you announced your relationship out so loud on social media, so now you own them an explanation of what happened to the guy you've been posting, going out to dinner and all that. Now that's when you own them explanation. But when you've been in your private secret relationship, you don't own anybody an explanation. You don't own anybody. You own nobody an explanation of what happened in your relationship, of what you have done in your relationship, of who you're dating. You don't own anybody an explanation. You don't need to tell anybody. No, you don't need to tell. You don't need to tell anybody. It's your secret and yours alone. You don't need to tell anybody. Act like a fool sometimes. Act like you don't know anything, but you know everything. Yeah, act like a fool. For once, just act like a fool and just observe and just watch. You know, people would think like, she doesn't know. And I have acted like a fool before. And I would just be quiet. And I'll just look. Like, oh, really? You sure? Okay. But at that point, I already know the truth. I already know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I already know everything. I just act like a fool. You don't need to act like you're smart. You don't need to act like you know everything every time. No. Sometimes you have to just withdraw and act like a fool. Act like, oh, really? Act like a fool. It will save you on a lot of things. You don't need to act every time. You don't need to act like I'm smart or I know this, I know that. No, you don't need to act like you know everything. You don't know everything. So just act like a fool sometimes. Sometimes just act like you do not know anything. Just act like that. Like you don't know anything. You don't know the what's it? The solving of x plus x or x plus y. You don't know. Sometimes just act like a fool. You don't need to answer. You don't need to give a response. You don't need. Just act like a fool and watch the person. Yeah, act like a fool and watch the person. You don't need to respond to the person if you don't want to. You don't need to. You just act like a fool. Don't need to act like you know everything and you're right. You know, some people who know actually everything and they're right in everything. That makes you look, I don't know, like you want to like, oh, you want to get a title of, oh, she knows everything. She knows. No, sometimes you just have to act like a fool, like you don't know anything, but you know absolutely everything, 100% everything. Just act like a fool and just watch and smile and be like, oh, really? Serious? I have gotten to a point that I can meet someone and I'll be talking to this person and this person will be lying and oh no, they'll act like a fool, you know. I'll just laugh and I'll be like, oh really? Oh, okay. Well that's good. But I really know what to do. Like this person will be like, oh no, I have never. I didn't know you have, so I'm not gonna even tell you, oh I know you. I'm just like, okay, that's good, that's very good, keep it up. But I know, I know, I know, I know a lot of things. I will just be looking like I know a lot of things about people. I'll be just looking at like, really, that's good. Acting like a fool will just remove you from a lot of troubles in your life, remove you from a lot of things that you know you do not need to be into problems that you don't need to be like involving. But you know, there's some problems that happens in my community that you know, just because I acted like a fool and I didn't say anything, it saved me from being in amongst that, you know, people would, it just saved me. It saved me a lot. This out, this being out. Like me just acting like a fool, me not saying anything, just moving in silence helped me. And I was not involved in anything. Like my name was not mentioned in any drama. Oh, the name is mentioned in dramas, the olden days. But acting like a fool helped me. Helped me like by my name not being in things of dramas, problems and all that. It really helped me a lot. So act like a fool. Sometimes you just have to act like a fool. You don't need to be smart, you don't need to know everything, you don't need to say the things that you know. No. Sometimes you just need to act. You don't need to defend yourself. You don't need to defend yourself. For example, there's a rumor going about on you that you're dating love guys from your church, or like there's a rumor going on about you. Sometimes you just have to sit and don't defend yourself and allow them to say whatever they have to say. Because if you know it's not true, né? Don't have learned if you know something that is said about you that is not true, or a rumor that is said about you that is not true, or something somebody have said about you that is not true, you do not need to defend yourself. Because the moment you start defending yourself, that's the moment some people will be like, maybe it's true. Why is she defending herself? If it's not true, she would ignore it. Yes, in certain situations, where the rumors and everything like has gone crossed the line, that's when I would advise that you approach and say this is not true. But when you like it's just stupid rumors, you don't have to defend yourself. Just let them talk, because the rumor will eventually end and the next rumor will come. So you do not need to defend yourself, you need to fight for yourself. You don't need, because especially if the rumor is not true, it's just a stupid rumor going on, you don't need to defend yourself. I have gotten to the part that I don't defend myself about anything. I don't defend myself about anything. Someone can hear something about me and I'll be like, oh really? Tell that person to tell you more. I've reached to that point. I don't need to defend myself. I don't say, oh it's not true. I know that. I do not defend myself anymore. I've come to the state that I don't care. I don't care what people say. I don't care what people think about me. I've reached to that stage that I do not care. I'm living my best. I'm gonna live my best life. I'm gonna live my life with or without people, because I already have my family. They have been there with me through then I have my family. I have people that I know. I have sisters that I know. I have friends that I know that they are gonna be there with me. Why should I defend myself on something that is not true, something that's a rumor, something that's made just to bring my name down or to destroy my reputation? Why should I defend myself? I'll just watch them, because that rumor will end and then they'll create another rumor. So learn to not defend yourself. Learn to just sit down and watch how things go. Sit down, especially if the rumor is not true. Learn to just not defend yourself. But if you defend yourself as too much on a rumor that has been said, that have been spoken about, that means there is 98% chance that that rumor could be true. There is a 98% chance that that rumor could be true. If you're someone that you always defending yourself, always defending yourself, that means there's a 98% chance that the rumor is true. But if there's a rumor about you and you just like ignore it and you don't care about it, you just leave it like that, you don't defend yourself. People are like, people will be like, okay, this woman came out about this person, what did she say? Oh, nothing, she did ignored. People will be like, she ignored. Then it's a 99% chance that this rumor is not true. For what not care about it, there's a 99% chance that this rumor is not true. So sometimes you just learn to not defend yourself. Just move in silence, just keep quiet and just watch them. Learn to not defend yourself. You do not need to defend yourself every time. You need to learn to. The last thing that you should keep silence and move in silence is your past mistakes. Darling, you don't own anybody's explanation of your past mistakes. You don't need to tell anybody your past mistakes. I have reached a stage that I still say I have made my mistakes and I have learned from it. I've made my mistakes and I would never do it again. The moment you keep telling people about your past, that past will become a story and 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 a story. I've reached a stage that I'm like, I have a past, I've made past mistakes, and I stopped telling people, especially when I'm going into a relationship. I used to be someone that when I'm entering a relationship, I would tell the guy my past. Big mistake. I would literally tell the guy in my past, like what happened in my first relationship, what happened in my next relationship, every detail. I would not miss up any detail, every detail. And darling, that was the worst decision I've ever made in my life. Worst decision ever. Keep your past mistakes. What am I saying? Keep your past mistakes to yourself. You don't have to even explain to the guy that you're entering a relationship with. Or you can say that, yes, I did a mistake in my previous relationship. I made mistakes and I know my mistakes and I'm willing to correct it in this new relationship. I'm willing to try to make this work. You do not need to explain to him everything. Don't explain to a guy all of the mistakes that you have done in every relationship you have done. Past mistakes is for yourself, is your lesson. You have learned it. You have written down the mistakes that you have done, 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't need to explain to anybody. You don't need to tell the guy that you're entering a relationship with. All you just have to say that I have made mistakes. I'm human. I've made mistakes. That I don't regret my mistakes, but I've learned a lot from the mistake I've done in my life. I've learned a lot, and I know how to avoid certain stuff now. I know how to avoid certain stuff. I know how to avoid certain stuff. Things like your private life should be I'm saying private like Jesus. Your past mistakes should be Whenever entering a relationship, whenever talking to people you do not know, your past mistakes should be My past mistakes is a lesson. There's only one mistake that I feel like it's a lesson for every lady that have happened in my life. I feel like it's a lesson for every lady that if I get a chance to, I meet a girl that's going to the same thing or is about to go into the same mistake, going through it or is about to go into the same mistake, I would personally tell them, look, I have done this mistakes and this was the result. And if she's going through the same thing I've been through, I would say, look, I've also done this mistake and I went through the same thing that you went through. But one thing I will tell you, that God does not allow something to happen without a reason. He has a reason why this happened. And I feel like if God brings me to a lady that's going through what I'm going through, or a lady that's about to enter that mistake I've entered, and he brings me close to that person, I would immediately advise the girl that, you see, the path that you're going through, darling, you're gonna go to a deep hole, and that deep hole, will you be able to face it? Would you be able to like overcome it? Will you be able to do it? So I will warn them. And if I meet someone who is going through the same thing as I am going through, I would advise them, like, darling, this step up, pray about it, talk to God about it. You know, God does not allow something to happen in your life without a reason. He knows why it's happened to your life. It's happened in your life. He knows why. Now I use there's one main past of mine that I use as a testimony for ladies, to save young ladies, girls that's going through the same thing I'm going to save them from any mistakes, from the next mistakes. There's only one mistake that I did that I'm able to share with people that is going through the same mistake, who's about to go through the same mistake with. That's the only thing. But other mistakes, I don't own. You don't own anybody. I don't own anybody explanation, or my past mistakes in my relationship, my past mistake in my life. I don't own anybody explanation. You don't own anybody. You don't need to tell anybody your past. Your past mistakes are yours, are your life lessons that you carry, and I hope you learn from your mistakes. Don't only make mistakes and don't learn from it and keep it to yourself, but learn from your, like, if you have made a mistake, learn from it, keep it to yourself, and do something that to avoid that same mistake happening. If you have to set boundaries for that same mistake not to happen again, set your boundaries. If you have to exclude some people, if you have to delete some people in your life, delete some people in your life. If you have to remove people, if you have to take the extra measure to not go and doing the same mistake from your past. Learn from it. Learn from it, dust yourself and move. You don't need to repeat the same mistake over and over again. No. Don't need to repeat. Your past mistakes are yours and yours alone. Don't explain to anybody. Don't explain to any guy. Don't, as I told you, my experience of every time I enter a relationship, I will tell a guy that I dated this guy and it didn't work, but we did this, we did that. Don't. You don't need to explain to him past mistakes. You don't need to explain to him past mistakes. You just tell him, yes, I've made mistakes in my previous relationships. You don't even have to mention how many relationships you have been to. You don't need to mention how many relationships you have been to, how many guys you have dated. No, that's your past mistakes. That's your past things that you have done. You don't need to explain. Just say clearly, I have done mistakes in my previous relationships, and I hope you have learned one or two things of moving in silence, of keeping things shh. I hope you have learned one or two things, or more than one or two things in this video here. And one thing I can say is silence is luxury. Just being silent is luxurious. It's luxurious. Not being able to explain yourself, not being able to say your plans, not being tell people your mistakes and all that, all of the tips that I've given you, not being able to do that and just moving in silence, it will really help you. Just leave people in that mysterious world of trying to know you, but they don't know you, and they're like, I can't do this because I don't really know her. You're already setting your boundaries, your limits, no. So yeah, moving in silence will change your life. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you have enjoyed and learned, especially learned. Hope you enjoyed and learned something from this video here. Please do subscribe. Please, my good people, please subscribe to my channel. I'm almost 200. I'm almost 200 subscribers. I'm 30 subscribers away from 200 subscribers. So please click the subscribe button. Please support my channel. Please keep on watching. Please share it to the person of the next person of the person of the person of the person. Share my video to everybody, and I will see you next time. Bye.